to see you.
So, what's the lesson you hope the team takes? What's the takeaway from a night like tonight?
Well, it's a 60-minute game. It was a good game for 40 minutes, and then they went a face-off and score a second goal. And I thought, the next 6 or 8 minutes we didn't respond in a real positive way. We didn't accept the challenge of being down a goal, and they created a lot of energy off it. And before we could create any shift in momentum from our side of the ice, they get a third one and then a fourth one. So. Opportunity to learn about ourselves, and like 2 o'clock comes tomorrow quick, and they won the third period. In the second period we had 5, 6, 7, 8 real good looks to make it 2-0, maybe 3-0, and our goaltender made the saves that she needed to make. I think we had 20 some shots in the second period, and then you lose a face-off, and all of a sudden it's 1-1, and so it's. 2-1, I should say. We get a 4-on-4 goal in the last minute and a half of the period. But so it's just a matter of they won the last 20 minutes, and that was the difference in the hockey game.
Point in the second period where puck possession seemed like flipped a little bit. They were able to get a little bit more time in your zone.
Yep.
But you've been pretty good at preventing earlier. That was that being a little bit loose, did you think, or is that just
some plays real loose? Yeah, some plays real loose. I thought the first 8 minutes of the game, was really good. We played a bunch in their end. We were managing the puck, and then the next 4 or 5 minutes of the first it wasn't. The second period was sort of back and forth. They would turn it over, we would turn it over, and we would play in their end, they would play in our end. But, we got a little bit too loose for my comfort level in the second period, which, they ended up creating some opportunities, and Ava, made some saves for us, as well as, their goaltender making their saves for them. So.
Was there any worry that Ava got physically rattled? She got knocked down there, because then between the 2 periods.
No, the first goal's 4-on-4, and, their player slips by one of ours, and, all alone, and she had made a bunch of good saves in the second, and then the third, off the face-off, they got 2 people in front of the net, and the rebound comes in, and so, no, she was fine. She was playing well.
It seemed like a couple of those breakdowns, especially there's one happens, you understand it, but a couple of them, and it keeps spiraling. It felt like a little bit that it kept going out there.
Yeah, the response wasn't good from our end, and so it's an opportunity to talk about some things and get people to understand a few more. And then you get challenged. Even as 3-1, you get challenged. There's still a lot of hockey to be played. We ice the puck, I call a timeout, and it's just like, what do we want to do? How do we want to react to this? It's 3-1. There's 11 or 12 minutes to go in the game. It's certainly not out of our realm of not coming back, but so for the next 4 or 5 minutes. But again, we gave them momentum, we gave them energy, and it showed that last 8, 10, 12 minutes of the third period. They were playing on their toes, they were flying around there making plays, and we couldn't throw anything else at them to counter that.
That third goal, as that rush is going through the neutral zone, and KK makes the decision to commit cross ice. What did you think of that decision?
You'd probably like to have it back. But one of them was a bad line change too, where but a lot of different things went in there. A lot of different mistakes were happening, and maybe in the past when we've had a few of those blunders in a game, Ava's been able to bail us out and make saves. Where tonight, it didn't work out that way. She gave us 2 strong periods, gave us a chance to win, and then the third period, was a collective group that got outplayed, and that's why we ended up losing.
In a way, are you really glad that you don't have to sit too long on this? You get right back out there, like you say.
Well, if you're a competitive team or a competitive coach or competitive players, the sooner you get back at it, the better. And so 2 o'clock's going to come quick. They're going to come out with a little bit of jam in their game. They're going to be confident and excited. And how we're going to respond to that. So, the first 10 minutes tomorrow is going to indicate, what we want to do.
What did you make of just Layla and Sims physically tonight, how they skated?
I thought at times, Layla, did a lot of positive things and created a bunch of chances. Obviously he makes some mistakes in that, but that's all part of, coming back and getting your feet wet again. Sims at times was okay. But again, when the momentum shifts, what can you do to change that momentum? And we didn't do a very good job that last 15 minutes of the third period. It was a pretty good game up to that point. I mean, it's 1-1 going into the third, and it's like, okay, who's going to make a play? They made a few plays.
Do you have any updates on Layla or Potter tomorrow?
As far as playing tomorrow, no, they won't play tomorrow.
I assume there's no question even McDonald's getting the start in that tomorrow, presumably?
We'll figure that out in the next 10, 12 hours. But if you're a competitor, you want to get right back in.
Right?
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Mark.
Yep,
Thank
you
you.
betcha.